My beloved child, the story of the feeding of the 4,000 from the Gospel of Matthew is not just a tale of miraculous provision, but also a powerful message of faith, generosity, and trust in God's infinite ability to provide. In this moment, Jesus took the meager offering of 7 loaves of bread and a few small fish and transformed it into an abundant feast that nourished thousands. This story teaches us a profound lesson about trusting in God's provision, even when our resources seem scarce. It reminds us that through faith, our prayer for financial miracle can unlock the blessings we need. In our modern world, financial burdens can often feel overwhelming. But just as Jesus turned the loaves and fishes into a feast, He can also transform our financial situation if we trust in Him. Generosity and trust are the keys that open the door to financial miracles. Through the act of giving, whether it be our time, our resources, or our trust in God, we create space for His blessings to flow into our lives. This is the foundation upon which your Catholic prayer for financial miracle can rest, and through which the power of a powerful prayer for financial miracle can transform your financial struggles into abundance. 1. Understanding the miracle of the loaves and fishes, a lesson in abundance. In Matthew 15:32-39, Jesus demonstrates that even the smallest resources, when placed in His hands, can be multiplied to meet every need. The crowd had followed Jesus into a desolate place, far from any source of food or sustenance. As they grew hungry, the disciples saw only scarcity and impossibility. But Jesus saw opportunity, a chance to show God's power to provide, even in the most barren of circumstances. This miracle is a lesson for all of us who struggle with financial worry. Just as the disciples doubted that the few loaves and fish could be enough, we too often look at our finances and wonder how we will make it through. Yet, Jesus teaches us that what we offer to Him, even when it seems small, can be multiplied beyond our imagination. It is through our prayer for financial miracle that we invite Him to take what we have and transform it. Imagine your financial resources as the loaves and fishes, seemingly insufficient, but in Jesus' hands, more than enough. When you offer your Catholic prayer for financial miracle, you are giving your trust to God, believing that He can take what little you have and turn it into a blessing that exceeds your needs. This act of faith is what sets the stage for the miracles that God has already prepared for you. 2. The importance of generosity, giving to receive. One of the core lessons of this story is the importance of generosity. The disciples, though unsure how the food would stretch, followed Jesus' command to distribute what they had. In doing so, they not only fed the multitude, but they also experienced the overflowing abundance of God's provision. There were even leftovers, 7 baskets full. Generosity is an act of trust. When we give, especially when we feel we have little to offer, we are declaring our faith in God's ability to meet our needs. A powerful prayer for financial miracle is not just about asking for more, but about giving from the heart and trusting that God will return to us more than we could have ever expected. When we give, we are sowing seeds of faith, and God, who is faithful, will water those seeds and bring forth a bountiful harvest. Think of your finances like a field. If you keep all your seeds in your hand, they will never grow. But when you plant them, when you give generously, even when it feels like a sacrifice, you are placing those seeds into God's hands. Your prayer for financial miracle then becomes a declaration of trust. saying, "Lord, I give what I have, knowing you will provide what I need." 3. Applying the biblical principle of trust to modern financial decisions. How can we apply this lesson to our everyday financial lives? First, we must shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Jesus did not focus on the small amount of food, but on the limitless power of God to provide. In the same way, we must focus not on our limited resources but on God's infinite ability to bless us. When we approach our finances with this mindset, we free ourselves from worry and open our hearts to receive God's provision. Through your Catholic prayer for financial miracle, you are not just asking for God to meet your immediate financial needs, you are inviting Him to teach you how to trust Him in all areas of your life. This trust is what allows you to make wise financial decisions, knowing that God is guiding you and providing for you. A powerful prayer for financial miracle is a prayer that acknowledges God's sovereignty over all things, including our money. It is a prayer that surrenders control and asks God to lead us to financial peace and security. 4. The blessing of trust, letting go of financial worry. Jesus showed us that God's provision is abundant. But to receive it, we must let go of our fear and trust in His timing and plan. Worrying about finances does not add a single hour to our lives. Instead, it distracts us from the blessings that God is already preparing for us. When we hold on too tightly to our worries, we are essentially telling God that we do not believe He can handle them. But when we pray with faith, when we offer our prayer for financial miracle, we are releasing our fears into His hands. We are saying, "Lord, I trust you to provide. I believe that you have a plan for my life, and I will wait patiently for you to reveal it." This kind of trust is the foundation of financial peace. It is the soil in which God's blessings grow. 5. Generosity and faith, living in God's overflowing abundance. In the story of the feeding of the 4,000, we see that God's provision is not just about meeting immediate needs, it is about overflowing abundance. After everyone had eaten and was satisfied, there were still 7 baskets of food left. This is a reminder that when we trust God and live generously, we will not only receive what we need but also more than enough to share with others. Your Catholic prayer for financial miracle is not just about asking God to fill your bank account, it is about asking Him to fill your life with blessings that overflow to others. When we live in faith, trusting in God's provision, we become vessels of His generosity, pouring out His love and blessings to those around us. This is how we build a community of faith, where we all rely on God's provision and support one another in times of need. 6. The power of community, sharing God's blessings. Finally, one of the most powerful aspects of this story is that the miracle of provision happened in community. Jesus did not feed the people alone, He involved His disciples in the process. In the same way, we are called to share the blessings that God gives us with those around us. When we experience a financial miracle, it is not just for our own benefit but for the benefit of others. If you have experienced the power of God's provision through your prayer for financial miracle, I encourage you to share your story. By sharing your testimony, you can inspire others to trust in God and to live generously. A Catholic prayer for financial miracle is not just about individual blessings, it is about building a community of believers who trust in God's provision and support one another in faith. A call to trust and generosity, my beloved child. The lesson of the loaves and fishes is a reminder that God's provision is always more than enough. When you trust in Him, when you give generously, and when you pray with faith, you open the door to financial miracles. Your prayer for financial miracle is not just a request for help, it is an act of faith. A declaration that you believe in God's ability to provide. Through your Catholic prayer for financial miracle, you are inviting God into your financial life, trusting that He will guide you, provide for you, and bless you abundantly. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to this channel so that you may continue to receive guidance on how to apply biblical principles to your financial life. Share this video with others, so that they too may learn the power of trust, generosity, and prayer in unlocking financial miracles. Together, let us build a community of faith that relies on God's provision and lives in His overflowing abundance. 1. Introduction: Financial miracles through generosity and faith. My beloved child, the story of the feeding of the 4,000 in Matthew 15:32-39 is not just a miracle of provision, it is a divine lesson in generosity, trust, and faith. Jesus took what seemed insufficient, 7 loaves and a few small fish, and through His hands, they became an abundant feast for thousands. This story is more than a display of my power. It is an invitation to you, my child, to trust in my ability to provide for you, even when your resources seem limited. Through your prayer for financial miracle, you can experience the same miraculous provision in your own life. When you face financial difficulties, I ask you not to focus on the limitations of your resources. Instead, look to me, the one who multiplies all things. A Catholic prayer for financial miracle is not just a request for help, it is an act of faith. Trusting that I can take the little you have and turn it into an overflow. Just as I fed the multitude with a small offering of bread and fish, I can meet your financial needs, filling every gap, and providing more than enough. Trust in my provision. For just as I worked a miracle with the loaves and fishes, I will work a miracle in your financial life when you come to me with faith and surrender. Your powerful prayer for financial miracle is the key to unlocking my blessings. And through it, I will show you that I am your provider, your sustainer, and your source of abundance. Bringing this lesson into your financial life, the lesson of this story is clear: when you bring what you have to me, no matter how small it may seem, I can multiply it. Your financial resources may feel limited, but through a Catholic prayer for financial miracle, you are giving those resources into my hands, where I can expand them beyond what you could ever imagine. Just as I asked the disciples to give me the little they had, I ask you to trust me with what you have and watch how I transform it. When you are struggling financially, it's easy to look at your bank account and feel overwhelmed by the limitations. But I want you to focus not on the lack, but on my power to provide. Through your prayer for financial miracle, you are inviting me into your financial situation, trusting that I will provide for you in ways that surpass your expectations. A call to action: sharing faith and financial miracles. If you have experienced my provision in your financial life, I invite you to comment below this video and share your story. Have you seen a financial miracle through your prayer? Let your testimony encourage others to trust in me, to live generously, and to have faith in my ability to provide. If this message has strengthened your faith and reminded you of my constant provision, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Here, you will receive more guidance on how to live a life of trust, generosity, and faith, grounded in my promises. Share this video with your friends and family, so that they too may learn the power of prayer and experience the financial miracles that come from trusting in me. 2. Generosity in faith, the key to unlocking financial miracles. There is a beautiful lesson in the story of the feeding of the 4,000, a lesson about generosity and trust. Though the disciples did not understand how a few loaves of bread and fish could feed such a large crowd, they followed my command, sharing the little they had. Through their act of faith and generosity, the miracle unfolded. The food multiplied in my hands, providing more than enough for everyone. In your financial life, when you face times of lack, I ask you to remember this: generosity and trust in me are the keys that unlock miracles. When you give, even when you feel like you don't have much to offer, you are showing me that you trust my power to provide. Through your prayer for financial miracle, you invite me to multiply your resources, transforming your financial situation into one of abundance. Application for financial life. When financial challenges seem overwhelming, do not hold back out of fear. Just as I multiplied the loaves and fish, I can multiply your resources if you trust me and live generously. Let your Catholic prayer for financial miracle be an expression of that trust, asking me to guide your decisions and to bless what you offer, turning it into a bountiful provision. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and share this video to learn how generosity and faith can transform your financial life. 3. Applying biblical principles, prayer and action. My beloved child, in the miracle of the loaves and fishes, I did not just provide for the crowd, I taught my disciples and you the importance of trusting in my provision. Through your Catholic prayer for financial miracle, you are learning to entrust all your financial worries into my hands. I ask that you combine your prayer with action. Faith without action is incomplete. When you practice generosity and continuously pray with a powerful prayer for financial miracle, you will witness my hand at work, transforming your finances into prosperity. Take action based on your faith, trust in me. Give what you have, and watch as I multiply it. If this message has strengthened your faith, subscribe to this channel to continue learning how to apply biblical principles to your financial life. 4. Trusting in God's provision in every financial decision. The miracle of the loaves and fishes reveals a profound truth, even when it seems like we don't have enough. I can make it more than enough. In your financial life, it's easy to feel anxious and overwhelmed. But remember, worry cannot coexist with trust. Through your prayer for financial miracle, I will give you the wisdom to make sound financial decisions. Just as I provided for thousands with only a few loaves of bread, look at your financial resources not with fear but with faith. Through your Catholic prayer for financial miracle, you are placing your trust in me to meet all your needs. Just as I fed the multitude, I will supply you with all you need in ways you cannot yet imagine. Comment below and share how you have seen my hand guide your financial decisions through prayer. 5. The power of gratitude in prayer. Before the miracle of the loaves and fishes, I lifted my eyes to heaven and gave thanks to the Father. Gratitude is the key that unlocks miracles. When you come to me with your prayer for financial miracle, don't only ask for blessings, thank me for what you already have. This act of thanksgiving opens the doors for even greater miracles in your financial life. Even when your finances seem small, thank me for what is there and watch as I multiply it through your powerful prayer for financial miracle. Gratitude creates space for miracles to unfold. If this message has inspired you, Subscribe to this channel and share this video to spread the spirit of gratitude within our community of faith. 6. Stories of success from faith and generosity. My beloved child, let me share with you a story of faith and generosity, a story of someone who, facing financial hardship, came to me with a heart full of trust. This person prayed for a miracle through their Catholic prayer for financial miracle and placed their financial burdens in my hands. Through their faith and the act of prayer, they witnessed my provision in ways they could not have imagined. The resources they desperately needed appeared, and my blessings poured into their life, exceeding all their expectations. This story reminds us that when you trust in me with all your heart and pray with faith, I will always provide. Through a powerful prayer for financial miracle, you invite me to work in your life, turning scarcity into abundance. If you have experienced a financial miracle through prayer, I encourage you to share your story to strengthen the faith of others in our community. Comment below and let your testimony inspire those who are still waiting for their breakthrough. If this message has touched your heart, subscribe to this channel so you can continue receiving inspiring stories about financial miracles and trust in God's provision. 7. Financial miracles, multiplying blessings and sharing with the community. Just as I multiplied the loaves and fish to feed thousands, my provision is not only for you, it is meant to be shared with others. When you pray for a prayer for financial miracle, it's not just about receiving for yourself, but about allowing my blessings to overflow to those around you. The gifts I give you are meant to be multiplied, to reach others in your community who are also in need. When you experience a financial miracle, I invite you to reflect on how you can share that blessing. A powerful prayer for financial miracle is not just a personal transformation, it opens the door for you to be a vessel of generosity to those around you. As you receive from me, so should you give, creating a ripple effect of blessings that touches many lives. If this message has inspired you, subscribe to this channel to learn more about how faith and generosity build strong communities. Share this video to encourage others to embrace the miracle of sharing blessings with those in need. 8. Conclusion, blessings from generosity and trust in God. My beloved child, the story of the multiplication of the loaves and fish teaches us that even when resources seem limited, God always provides. When you place your trust in me and offer your prayer for financial miracle, I will meet your needs, and often give you even more than you ask for. Trust in my provision, for I am always working for your good. If this message of faith and generosity has touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to this channel to continue receiving biblical lessons on trust and financial blessings. Share this video with your loved ones, spreading the message of my abundance and provision to others.